Poppa Left got blacked out, but welcome to episode 12 of the Toxic Boys podcast. Poppa Left coming, there he is. A little fashionably late. Ari from Manhattan, Jay from Florida, episode 12 of the Toxic Boys podcast. Before we get started, let's first shout out our sponsors, winesbymoselle.com for 10% off. Hashtag Toxic Boys with a Z at the end for 10% off. I'm drinking this Alamos 2021 Malbec from Argentina. They make good Malbecs. Super dry. I only do the dry stuff. No sugar for me. And keeping it classy. Want to shout out some people in the chat. Shout out to Tuco Salamanca, Pastor Claudio. Shout out to you. Be Easy, JJ from Brooklyn, the original RJ Barrett hater. Anisha, shout out to you. Kenny Payne, shout out to you as well. Hit that like button, subscribe, share. That's how we make the algorithm go. And what's going on? Papa, where were you just now?
I was at LA Fitness setting picks, fucking getting rebounds.
You Mitchell Robinson?
Nah, my favorite player of all time is you know who it is. Does anybody know? Y'all know?
Who is it? It's a Nick?
No, it's not a Nick. 90s.
Rodman?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's my favorite player. So I go on the court and I try to win in other ways, but it was fun, man. It's fun when you can run a couple times and win. I got a little carried away, but I'm Ari, I appreciate the dry wine selection. We gotta have a Shabbat dinner one of these nights here in Manhattan, bro.
Oh man, dude, listen. I'll come out to Jersey for a night, bro. It doesn't matter either way, whatever it is. We do a little l'chaim. Just out of curiosity, Jay, who's your favorite non-Nick player of all time? Non-Nick.
Damn, that's a good question, bro.
Mine's easy.
Shit.
I have a feeling it's Allen Iverson for Ari.
100% right. 100% right. It's funny. My cousin's actually boys with that.
Honestly, bro, one of my favorite. Y'all probably think I'm crazy, but one of my favorite players ever, and I hated his guts. I hated him, but I thought he was so nice. Nah, Tim Hardaway.
Ooh,
I love Tim Hardaway. I thought Tim Hardaway.
I hated Tim Hardaway.
I hated his guts, but I knew he was nice.
It's like Paul Pierce for me. Paul Pierce, I hated, and I knew he was nice. But
that Knicks Heat rivalry was so amazing, bro. Like we'll never get that shit again.
Never again, bro. It was like a mirror. There was two identical teams, bro. Identical.
PJ Brown.
Everything was the same. Everything was the same. They had a better point guard, of course, but big man, 4, 3, 2s, pretty much a wash, bro. You know what I'm saying? Great series, classic.
All right, so let's get started. So last night, Knicks played a really good game against a really good team. They played really hard. Emmanuel Quickley stepped up. Jalen Brunson was in his Mamba bag over there, they played hard, but ultimately they gave up a 17-point lead and lost to the Milwaukee Bucks. Papa, what are your initial reactions about that game? I know you had some good thoughts before, so share it with the crew.
I think a lot of times I think your point was the best one, but I'll let you go with it. But I think a lot of times we watch a game intensely and we think about all these little possessions. But one of my biggest go-to sayings that I think that coaches say is like we're right here, right where we want to be, right? And I feel like it was a tie game, up 2 at home, and Drew Holiday hit some crazy shots, bro. Like Drew Holiday you could talk about all you want all about the game, bro. Like that was a game where Drew Holiday hit fucking step back threes and fucking just got hot at the right time from Milwaukee. And that was the difference in the game, bro. Like you could talk about whatever you want, but as far as like the competitive spirit.
What happened to you? You lost. Oh, you're back.
There you go. You're back.
I'm sorry. Michelle's calling me. But as far as like the competitive spirit, as far as the the playing into the crowd and not playing afraid of the crowd. That's been a thing with this Knicks team. It's just unfortunate that they lost because I've been waiting for them to win a game like this. And I don't care about RJ Barrett missing the game because Chris Middleton missed the game. And I kind of don't like how that's being included in the conversation. And it gets back to Ari's point, which is all the onus on these Knicks games go on to the Knicks performance. And people forget that there's 29 other NBA franchises that are playing in the NBA, and Milwaukee's one of the better ones, bro. And look, Randle accepted the challenge last night against Giannis defensively. I thought that, Jalen Brunson gave about as good a game as he could give. And, it just came up short. I feel like if the Knicks played the Bucks in a 7-game series, the Bucks would take one of these games a little lightly, and the Knicks might be able to win one. But, I honestly, if the Knicks play like that, 82 games, they're going to win 45 to 50 games in their sleep. They just happen to need to close one of these big games out, and they got a soft ass schedule coming up right now before the gauntlet, as Jay from Florida calls it. They got a soft 6-game stretch with very soft 6-game stretch. You got the Pacers, but they're at home. Wizards, Pistons. You play the Raptors again. And it's just.
Let me ask you a question, Lefty, about closing. You mentioned that closing. Do you most teams, when you go against most teams, you got a 3-level scorer, closer, right? Do you think Brunson's a 2-level scorer or a 3-level scorer? Do you think he can match? If Drew Holiday hit 3,
I think it's
can he match it?
What, you think he's a 3-level scorer?
No, if Drew Holiday's hitting back-to-back threes, can Jalen Brunson come down and match him 3 for 3?
I think it's very evident that Jalen Brunson's comfort zone is 2s, and Tommy D, our boy, that's our boy. A lot of people hate on Tommy D. That's our boy. That's our guy.
Tommy D.
I like
Tommy D. Okay. Tommy D's like, he gets crucified. So as long as you get crucified by Nick's Twitter, I have a soft.
Come here. Join us.
I have a soft spot for you in my heart. But Tommy D he's real quiet on the timeline, but he brought up a good point last night during the game. He was like, Nick's mid-range for 3s. He likes to tweet ominously when he's trying to prove a point. So he's like, mid-range for 3s. And that, like, honestly, bro, like, Drew Holiday was hitting 3s, and Jalen Brunson was hitting 2s, and Brook Lopez was hitting 3s, and Jalen Brunson was hitting 2s.
Right.
And the Knicks, like, honestly, like, they were down 107-103 with 16 seconds left. Also, they were down by 105-103 with 25 seconds left after they hit a 2 to cut the lead to 2 instead of trying a 3 to cut the lead to 1. And then they let 8 seconds go off the clock. Brook Lopez hit a dunk. And then also they out of a timeout. There's 16 seconds left on the clock. And Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle are wasting 8 seconds and then shooting a 2. So, no, he's not a 3-level scorer. He's a highly effective, efficient creator for his own shot in the mid-range and in the paint. But this team has a lot of guys that do the same thing. But unfortunately, they all have to be out there on the court at the same time. And one of them has to get the ball, and not any of them is an important 3-point shooter that you're worried about. So
yeah, and then when your best 3-point shooter Grimes is taking 4 shots a night, like Randle can't shoot 30 times if you got 4 shots for Grimes. Like
Randle can't ever shoot 30 times, but
9 for 29 is like disgustingly nasty, and he's been playing well. But this goes back to the fact, bro. Stay humble, Knicks fans. Kendra Randle went on Twitter talking about trying to put Giannis on the same level and just talking spicy again, not being humble. Your husband had a great shot.
She did that. It's funny. You knew something bad was gonna happen when she did that, because she did that against Memphis, the opening game, and she did the ears emoji. He likes to pop out every now and then, like, and she that's her husband. You know what I mean? That's a
I understand it,
but she's wilding, bro. Like,
you gotta stay humble, bro.
Not with Giannis, bro. You're not Giannis, bro. Like, and that's my big thing with Knicks fans with the MVP chance and the All-Star clamoring. It's like, yes, you can make an argument that Julius Randle gets a MVP and acknowledgement if the Knicks win 45 games and make the 5th seed. You could definitely make an argument that he deserves an All-Star. But when you look at his contemporaries and you look at the branding of an All-Star, nobody's checking for Julius Randle, bro, and for valid reasons. He's not that good, bro. He's not that good.
You know the best way for me to describe it is, and to your point, this is what you were trying to allude to, which was my take yesterday. Is like, it's clear that the Knicks can't close games. It's clear that they don't have any good late game execution. It's just all Brunson iso ball, Randle iso ball. They have nothing. Todd's asking in the chat, is that a lot of systems issue or is it a player and fit issue? It's obviously a combination of both. But the one thing I think goes under under the radar, excuse me, is that it's not just the Knicks playing out there. It's the other team playing out there. And come the last 5 minutes of the game, the other team is more engaged. The other team is sharper. They're playing better basketball. They're picking better.
Right.
Their pick and rolls are better. They're playing harder. They're closing out better. They're more focused, And the Knicks play hard every night. The one thing I'll give Thibodeau credit for is he gets the team to play hard and he gets the team well prepared. But other teams, like, you think Giannis is like I must win this game? He's just trying not to get hurt and make it to the playoffs injury free. And that's it. But
look at the bottom of the barrel of the Western Conference versus the bottom of the barrel of the Eastern Conference. The bottom of the barrel of the Eastern Conference is like the Wizards, the Raptors, the Bulls, the Knicks, the Hawks. You know what I mean? These teams they're undefined and they're trying to win every night, right?
Right.
And they have no aspirations for anything. Look at the bottom of the barrel of the Western Conference. There's some fucking killers in there, bro. If they're ready to go.
Right.
If they get to the playoffs, right, and you got to deal with LeBron James in the playoffs, enjoy, because he ain't it's not gonna be fucking easy, bro.
Hell no.
You got to deal with LeBron and Anthony, or you got to deal with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Make your joke in the regular season, bro. That's not a team I want to. You want to run into Luka in the playoffs?
The Warriors, you don't want no smoke with nobody in the West, bro.
They don't care. This
regular
season, it's like Pastor Claudio said. The NBA regular season is soft as fucking dog shit, bro.
100%, man. And it's like we've all played basketball. You just played basketball. Like whether I played competitive basketball, but even if you played in the park, the way you play when the score is 3-5 is different than when it's 19-17, right? The intensity gets up, people play harder. The whistle changes. Everything's different, man. And the only person on the Knicks that I could say elevates his game in that moment is Brunson. Everybody else, I feel like, just goes just loses it, and that's why Randle and RJ had bad playoff series.
But even Brunson, last year with Luka, he was a kind of a focal point. But I think, a coach is going to take Brunson serious day one when he starts watching film, and you can't have ISO plays, you can't have post ups. And straight ISOs for your 6'1" guard in high stakes moments. Like, you have to run an offense. Like, people, the basketball talkers on Twitter, the basketball talkers in the world, where is the offense coming from? What kind of sets? It can't be just a dribble handoff to Mitch. Mitch brings it around the rim, and then we see who get to the rim or get to the mid range first to get a shot. You got to run an offense. You have to run motion. You can get down screens for Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes is a great scorer. Run baseline back screens for Quentin Grimes like he's Reggie Miller, right? Get him open. Get him some more shots. Run pick and roll for Mitch and Obi. You have all this vertical spacing that you don't use constantly because you want to do the same thing over and over again. You want to baby feed Julius Randle, Brunson, and RJ. No. Do different things. Get everybody involved and do your thing, man.
Yeah, and you know what? Listen, man. If the Knicks played the Bucks in the playoffs and I saw Jalen Brunson, like I said in the space, if I saw Jalen Brunson go off in the fourth quarter, game 2, come last 3 minutes of the game, I'm putting Giannis on Jalen Brunson. Good luck, good luck, Randle. Good luck going against Serge Ibaka and scoring on him. I'm taking Brunson out of the game because that's what adjustments do. That's what NBA coaches do.
Right.
It's all a chess game. And it's all ends up coming down to whether or not you can beat your guy off the dribble.
And by the way, speaking about that, like I remember watching Brunson versus the Jazz, and they had Bojan Bogdanovic, kind of like chasing Jalen Brunson or attacking him on defense. Not that it did. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, because on one end it's like, yes, you have a good mismatch there, but on the other end you're giving the ball to a weaker offensive player. But even that's another thing to like focus on, because Brunson's gonna get hunted in the playoffs, bro, and he's gonna get put in foul trouble, bro. It's not gonna be like this regular season, like fun and games, bro. Like it's really not.
The tape is there. The tape is there. Ayo from Chicago, the Moonsault, whatever his name is, he had a good showing against Brunson, right? You put length on him, the kid got like a 7'2" wingspan. I think he's like 6'4", got enough speed. You know, you could guard him aggressively. Drew, we know what kind of defender Drew is, especially in the playoffs. Like his intensity goes way up. He was playing defense last night, but it wasn't crazy. Like when he really get into his chest, Brunson's gonna have to exert a lot of energy for the full game. And we don't have a top level scorer like closer like that. That's why we need to add to this roster. Like when you're forced to play every 48-7 minutes in the fourth quarter because you need a spark, something is wrong with your team and with your offense, brother. Like that's inexcusable.
Can I just say I love this chat? This chat is toxic as fuck. And when I mean toxic, they just know basketball. I love it.
Absolutely.
You know what I was going to say about Brunson?
Talk basketball.
You know what I was going to say about Brunson? You know what about him is he's very crafty and he's very good with his body control and things like that. So when he goes up against a guy who's around his height, he could sneak around. But that craftiness, it all goes out the window when you're going against someone like 5 or 6 inches taller than you. And then you know what matters in that situation? It's about your quickness and your speed. He doesn't have that. He's more of a crafty guy. That's why I think, listen, I'm telling you right now, my prediction, if the Knicks make the playoffs, they're going to put length on Brunson down the stretch of games. They won't have Giannis, so they won't have someone guarding him all game. But the last 3-4 minutes of the game, they're going to put someone long on Brunson, and they're going to make someone else beat him. And there's no one on the Knicks that is proven to step up to the plate when the lights get bright. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I want to get your guys' take on the next topic. So IQ has obviously been playing. Listen, the guy's been playing 40+ minutes a night every night, charging him down. He's been playing really fucking well, though. Let's be honest. He's been playing really.
I'm sorry, IQ.
I want to get your both take. Obviously, you both know that IQ's been my favorite player on the team. Mm-hmm. Not just because not because I think he's the best, just because I like his moxie, I like his style. Like Jay says, you definitely play like IQ when you were younger, and I did. I just shot the ball, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know, I always knew he had a high ceiling. I don't know if I don't know if how high it is, but I'm interested to see. Like Jay, what do you think IQ's legitimate ceiling is?
Oh man. Damn.
How old is he? 23, 22, something like that?
IQ is 23, man. I go back to a lot of. He reminds me of a lot of 90s guards, man. He reminds me of like Joe Dumars and like Hershey Hawkins and Mookie Blaylock, them really tough-nosed guards from the 90s, man. He rebounds the ball well, which is crazy. He has super strong hands. His nose for the ball is amazing. He's knocking down his shot more consistently. He's the best defender, one of the best defensive guards in the league. You know what I'm saying? Statistics-wise. So, you know, you talk about a really useful player. I don't think they can trade him, bro. I think you have to find somebody else that you need to get rid of, man. I think IQ should be part of a winning team, man. And I've been frustrated with IQ in the past because of their shot selection. Looking people off, kind of launching shit up that he shouldn't be launching. But since he's been playing control the last 2 months, man, he's a valuable guy, man. I wouldn't touch him in a trade. I don't think you can reset a cat like IQ, man. I think you got to find a way to keep him and shed some other salary, man. Even if you have to sacrifice.
What's the ceiling, though? Like player comp, best case scenario. Who does he turn out like?
Modern player, shit, man.
Anyone, any player. Like
Joe Dumars, bro. Like a Joe Dumars, like a tough nosed guard. Like
Joe Dumars was nice, bro, back in the day. Real nice.
Yeah, you could depend on him every night. You got like 15 points from him. He's gonna guard your toughest guard. He's gonna rebound. Joe Dumars was a great rebounder. just a starter, bro. He's just a good NBA guard, man. So,
Papa, what are you doing what are you doing over? You're like, you're mouthing something.
he can't believe it.
Oh, feel heavy on this IQ apology tour shit.
Yeah, I got to show him love, man. I got to show him love, bro. He's been playing good. I got to show him love. I can't be fake about it. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was being a piece of shit early in the season with his ball hogging. But
Papa, we can't hear you. Say something.
He's trying to get his phone to stand up.
All right, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
A little bit.
Who does Emmanuel Quickley play for?
The New York Knickerbockers.
All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's playing 40 minutes a night right now.
Right.
Barrett's coming back.
Right.
Brunson's a starter. Quinn Grimes, Golden Boy. Emmanuel Quickley is not. Like Emmanuel Quickley for many a years has never been given the keys. Like I heard this conversation with State. Like when RJ comes back, Emmanuel Quickley should keep the starting spot. No, it's not going to happen. Okay. So my thing with IQ is I have a problem with extending guys who you don't even consider as starters. Emmanuel Quickley has every right to ask for that 80 to 100 million, bro. In this modern NBA, he has every right to seek a star. He has
that's
he has
worth,
right,
bro.
80, maybe not 100, maybe 80.
Every time he starts, bro. Look, if RJ Barrett, put it like this, if RJ Barrett got 23 and 4 on 9 of 14 shooting, what do you think the timeline would be saying?
Superstar, all-star.
Star J.
In New York.
Star J Barrett. Okay.
Star J.
He went 9 for 14 with 23 points, 4 rebounds. He was playing defense. He was locking up all night. Look, bro, and I just want to say something about this team, right? This team clearly plays better when Tibbs has the reins of the philosophy, bro. They 1,000% play better when Tibbs is calling the shots. When RJ's out of the game and it's just Julius and we talk about playing basketball. How much easier is it to play basketball when you got a dog, when you got somebody who you know can create his own shot? You don't have to create your shot, and you can just play defense, shoot the ball off the wing, and step in, take a charge, do something else. Like the team is playing together because everybody knows their role. Obi's
so they better
back.
They better without RJ?
It's too complicated for Tibbs. I'm not saying they're better without RJ. I think that's a little crazy.
That's a good take.
But
That's a good take. That's a good take, Left.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say they're better without RJ, but
this shit is too complicated for Tibbs, bro. He can't fucking do this shit with all this talent, bro.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: the team is. I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't care if the team went. They can't go 82-0, okay? But I don't care if this team was a 4-seed team again. This team is 1,000% more enjoyable and more watchable when it's Brunson and a bunch of kids. 1,000%. Last night, there was a lineup of Brunson, Quickley, Grimes, Obi, Mitch. Sign me up for that. I would fucking watch that I would enjoy every single second of that.
Wait, Brunson, IQ, Grimes, Obi, Mitch.
That was the lineup last night. It was fucking fire.
Yeah. Ball moves. It's unbelievable how the ball moves so much more when 30 ain't on the floor.
They would win, bro. They would win just as many games.
I agree.
Just as many games.
I agree.
This whole marriage between Tibbs and Randle is when it's going good, everybody wants to act like the warts aren't there. You know what's funny about last night and this morning is that it was like people uncovered a rock and realized that Tom Thibodeau wasn't good with late game coaching. It was like people uncovered a rock and figured out Isaiah Hartenstein wasn't really, your backup center. It's like people uncovered a rock and realized that Julius Randle isn't just a lights out, 40-point scorer. It's like people uncovered a rock and realized that isolation basketball with Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson isn't enough to beat the Bucks. Like nothing changed from this 8-game winning streak and this 5-game losing streak and a 4-game winning streak. Nothing changed. Tibbs is still your coach. Julius Randle still runs this offense with Jalen Brunson. Low key as a sidekick, you could say what you want, but like that's what it is, bro. This I don't understand like the outrage when the Knicks lose, and then when they win, it's like, oh, everybody else is miserable. It's anything to shit on somebody who stands on their takes on Knicks Twitter. If you stand on your take and you have integrity and you're not selling because you had a bad day or fucking recouping everything because you had a good day, it's like you can't have any long-term fucking opinion about this team.
Man, after Friday night's game, man, that Raptors game, Knicks fans reacted so crazy, bro. And you know, the Raptors
on a game that they were up 105-89 and the game was 106-104.
The team is 6. The Raptors are 6 games under 500.
Bro, they're in turmoil, bro. There's a big article came out today that Masai is willing to take calls on his top guys. So, yo, the team's in turmoil. You be the team that's in turmoil, bro. Like, you got to stay humble, man. You can't talk to people crazy because of a little 4-game win streak, man. You got to stand on your takes. You got to watch. The season is a long season, man. Watch the season play out, see what happens, and then you make an educated take once we get to the end of it. Like, don't jump out the window every time.
So yes or no, IQ, are you keeping him long-term, or are you looking to use him to get better value?
Oh, shit, man. That's tough, bro. You can't, like Ari said all the time, you can't pay everybody, bro. Like, even though he's, like, one of the most important players on the team, I just think you can't justify paying him, and then in 2 years you got to pick Grimes, you got to make a decision on Obi. Like, everybody can't get paid, and then you still don't have the A guy, you still don't have the it guy. Right. So how you got to make a decision to me is you have to gauge. Yeah, if you pick IQ, you're gauging him on being able to trade him down the line. So if you find that GMs really like IQ, go ahead, pay him, because you know he's going to be a useful player in trade in 2 years if you need to make a good trade.
That's the whole key right there. That's the whole key. Listen, the Knicks are the type of team that they'll go over the salary cap, they'll pay the luxury tax, no big deal for Dolan. Now the thing is whether or not that deal, that contract, it is a good enough contract where it's movable contract, right? That's the whole key. Right now, the good news for the Knicks is that every contract that, besides obviously Evan and Rose or whatever, but they're going to expire soon. They've been overperforming their contract for the most part so far, which is good, which means everyone's movable. That's a good thing, right? So I know that's a miserable take, but that's a good thing. But listen, my thing with IQ is if you can get either 2 late first rounders or 1 unprotected first rounder, like that could legitimately be like a top 10 pick in the future, 1, I would do it. But if I'm not getting that, I'm signing him to a reasonable deal because the advanced analytics love him. He does change the dynamic of the game, but you got to sign him to the right contract. You can't overpay him too much, I feel like.
Right.
Knicks will never do that, bro.
Knicks chat.
Never do that.
What did you wait.
Do y'all keep IQ or trade him? Type keep if you think we should keep him. Type trade if you think we should trade him in the chat. Let's go.
Papa, what were you gonna say?
I said that the Knicks are like a team that, like, when you take your car to the mechanic or to get an oil change, and they give you all these lists of recommendations of what you should do. What? Yeah. When you give all this list of recommendations of what you can do, the Knicks drive off like, I'm not paying any of that shit. I'll deal with that when I need to. Like, they are not proactive at all with any decision that they've ever made in the
Absolutely.
Street. Like,
Absolutely.
name one. Name one proactive decision.
Brunson.
But that wasn't proactive. That was laid out from a long time.
Yeah, but they did go after him.
You just said something early today, Poppa Left. You said that the Knicks don't like making tough decisions. Expound on that. Explain that.
Well, they just don't make any decision that they need to make until they're on death's door. Until like, for instance, like Isaiah Hartenstein, right?
Right.
Like, people are so upset about Isaiah Hartenstein because of his play. And I'm like, bro, that's a 2-year, $16 million problem. You'll just deal with it for 2 years and $16 million. If it was,
Right.
Elfrid Payton, people forget this. Elfrid Payton was an expiring contract, bro.
Right.
Like they don't move shit if they don't have to, bro. They're not moving shit if they don't have to.
Why do you think that is?
Because wins and losses determine the urgency, right? Like I really believe if the Knicks would have lost that Cavaliers game, we'd be in a totally different universe right now.
Tip gone. Johnny Bryant is the coach. Honestly,
for real.
Yeah.
Because certain level of embarrassment, it does break up the family. But the Knicks are the thing is, the Knicks are nowhere near that. As long as they can keep this winning above losing, as long as they can hover above 500 and make the playoffs, that is the absolute sweet spot. Because I want people to think about this. Every single player that's here is on a pretty long-term deal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
RJ Barrett, 4 years. Mitchell Robinson, 4 years. Jalen Brunson, 4 years. Julius Randle, 4 years. Obi Toppin, 2 more years. Emmanuel Quickley, 2 more years. Quentin Grimes, 3 more years.
Yep.
Jericho Sims, 3 more years. Miles McBride, 3 more years. They're not moving off of Evan Fournier. They're just going to wait until they have to. They're not moving off Derrick. Bro, Derrick Rose is an expiring deal. Not playing. They will not move him until they have to.
But guys need help. They don't see that guys need help. Like guys need rest. Like Julius Randle looks tired in the fourth quarter. Like you need guys that can spell guys.
Cam Reddish is an expiring deal. They are benching him. Like DNPing him.
Yo, shout out to Stephen Fox, the comment of the night. The Knicks are worse than a bad team. They're a mediocre team.
Facts.
Listen, man, that's not me saying that. All right? Steven's miserable, not me. All right? That's not me saying that. But anyways, you know what I think it is, Papa? I think they don't want to deal with the blowback of the media. So they're just like, no move is better than, as long as like Knicks Twitter, as long as everyone's like happy and like we're competitive and, it's like, why don't stoke the flames right now? Like, just see what we have. And,
absolutely. And by the way, they shouldn't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't. It's a good business move. It's a fucking good business. It's an absolute genius business move.
Yeah, but
bro,
3 games out of 11.
This whole team is going to improve. The whole team. They're all going to get better. Brunson's going to get better. Julius is going to get better within his role here. He's going to be more comfortable. This is his home, right? RJ Barrett's going to get better.
Stop talking like that, Poppa Left. God damn.
I'm just saying it's not gonna make them contenders. This is my thing. When people do the step taking philosophy, what steps are we going to take that's going to be better than Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Giannis and Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and like what's Donovan Mitchell? Like what steps?
There's none, bro.
There's no. They're not going to get better.
You mentioned Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey.
But Joel Embiid. But they're not. But they're not going to be bad. They're going to be the 5th, 4th, maybe 3rd, 6th seed, 7th seed. They'll fall one year, maybe make the 8th seed. They'll be fine, bro. This team will be in the playoffs. They'll make the semis one of these years, and that's it. That's the era of the team, bro.
Yeah, there's no and yeah, I mean that's what Stephen Fox is saying. The Knicks are worse than a bad team; they're a mediocre team. So, all right, the next thing we should talk about, just because you brought it up, you're like everyone's going to get better, right? Is the Obi situation, the Obi Randle situation, right? Like, what's the deal with that right now? Like, in my opinion, you obviously can't keep both of them. In my opinion. I think that, just the way with Julius Randle's playing, and now that half the fan base is buying the Randle stock again, just so happens to be when it's at the top and when they want to sell it at the bottom, but they want to buy it at the top, whatever, because he's playing well, because he's their guy, because he's outperforming their contract. I feel like the writing's on the wall with Obi. Papa, what are you doing with Obi?
I think people are forgetting that Obi Toppin he's a talent, bro. Like people are talking about Obi like he's a scrub, bro. He's not a scrub. He may not be the player that Julius is, but it doesn't mean that if Obi had the usage that Julius had, that you wouldn't be salivating over his shit either, bro. It's just not a guy. He's not a guy that you stick in the corner for 10, 12 minutes and get maybe 3 or 4 shots and no looks at the rim. And you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, bro. They fucked up that asset so gloriously, bro. They have fucked up that asset so bad because I saw a comment about Lauri Markkanen after his 49-point game for the Utah Jazz.
Right.
And it was from a Finnish fan from Finland, where Lauri Markkanen is from. And he was talking about how the Utah Jazz head coach is implementing some sets that worked for Lauri Markkanen in Finland in those Euro contests that he liked. And he said how in Cleveland, Lauri Markkanen was just banished to be a floor spacer. Right. So it's like, bro, the idea that Obi, feeling other people's body, feeling the competition, feeling the physicality for just 20 to 25, 30 minutes. Hell, if he got 35 minutes, bro, he would fill up the stat sheet, bro.
He does. Every time he gets
fill
over
up the stat sheet, bro.
This is some basketball talk here, boy.
But he shut the fuck up. But the thing is on this team with Julius here, this is why I always laugh at people who are like, oh, we got Obi back. We getting Obi back. No, you don't. You believe in Julius. So let Obi play his 8 to 10 minutes and get the fuck out the way. Because they can't coexist. You can't have both.
So, to me, the iHeart minutes last night was crazy, bro. Are you telling me we can't slide in Obi for some of the terrible iHeart minutes? He's not protecting the rim. He's not making any layups. He's not shooting threes. He's not making his push shot. He's not rebounding the ball. He's a non-factor on defense. Terrible. A homie Cooper had a good tweet today. He said, I watched Ty Lue use iHeart to benefit the Clippers last season. Use him as a combo center playing around the mid-range area. Right? And he's like, send Viz to Tom Thibodeau so he can take some notes. So he's doing the exact opposite of what the Utah Jazz coach is doing. He's not even looking at his previous film. He's not looking at things that Ty Lue did to make him successful. So if you're not doing that, play your lottery pick in the big spot. Play him and Randle together. You're getting terrible minutes at the back of 5 anyway. Play your lottery pick. See what he has, right? Make the dudes play man to man. If you get beat, it's your problem because we have no rim protection behind us.
So funny. It's so funny how people like before the season, right? Everybody said Obi's got to play. Obi's got to play.
Right.
All those people are gone, bro.
Yeah. There's no support for him.
Obi's like a you God, feature. He's like D12. He's like bizarre. Like he's just a joke feature for the Knicks.
Because and Obi doesn't impose himself on the game. He doesn't impose himself on the team. He just
He's a hype man. He's a hype man.
Bro. You can't be. You got too much talent for that, man. Impose yourself, bro. Impose yourself on the team or the game.
40 points in a game last year.
Absolutely. He could do it again.
He could do it anytime he wants, bro. The thing about this guy is when you give him 25, 30 minutes a night, he may not put up 25 a game, but he'll put up 20 a game, but he'll do it within the flow of the offense. He'll get leak outs. He'll inspire the crowd because he'll throw down a nasty dunk. He'll change the energy of the game. Even when Randle balls out on the Knicks, the team sometimes still looks better with Obi on the floor because the ball's moving. He's playing within the offense. He switches up the energy of the game, and he's gotten shafted. And he's the former college player of the year. It's ridiculous what's happened to him. It's crazy. They have to pick a direction. If it's me, you know what I'm saying. I'm trading Randle. But if it's them, I know they're going to keep Randle. Then just trade this guy. Trade him, bro.
Obi Reddish, Cam Toppin.
Yo, hit that. Yo, if you're in the chat right now, you're not subscribed to Toxic Boys, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. We got 52 people
Look
in
who
the
we
chat.
got in the chat. Look who we got in the chat. I haven't gotten the microphones yet, J Cal. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs before we put any money into this. Shout out J Cal. If you guys don't know in the chat, Jason Calcanis is the host of the All In podcast, my favorite podcast on earth. He's a fellow New Yorker from Brooklyn, out in Silicon Valley, cutting big deals and things like that. So follow All In podcast if you want to learn something. It's great for investing, startups, things like that. One of my inspirations, definitely, J Cal and CP are the reason why I got involved in podcasting, man. So thank you for joining us, J Cal. Oh, $30. All right, we get it. That's how I started.
J Cal, what's up, brother? Thank you for joining.
Yeah, dude.
Peace to the chat, man. Peace to the chat. J Cal, Ray, Junior, CP, the artist hating ass. Who else we got? Big Bro Todd, Tuco, Nick. What's up, brother? Son from Brooklyn, Jason Arvelio. Who else we got? Big Dougie. Shout out to my brother Dougie. Cassius, what's up, bro? Jeremy, everybody, man. I appreciate all of y'all. Will from LI. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, man.
Will from LI might be the only, NTM are the only two people that I remember that predated me on Knicks Fan TV. Or super OG, Will from LI, my guy. All right, let's get into the next topic. Trade deadline's approaching.
Mm-hmm.
Knicks are the 7th seed right now, so they're in the playoffs. Well, no, they're in the play-in technically. 7 through 10's technically playing, right? They're in the middle, like we guessed. Are you buying? Are you selling? What are they doing? Like, obviously, they're trying to trade Cam. Obviously, Evan Fournier is probably going to get moved. Maybe a D Rose. Do you see them going all in on a Zach LaVine, or do you see them?
They better not, bro. If you're not gonna get a play that you can appreciate, if you're not gonna get OG Anunoby or Pascal Siakam, a big jumbo wing like that, don't waste my time with no Zach LaVine, bro. Today they're talking about IQ being mentioned with the Mavs, the Wizards, and I think the Bucks. So playoff teams going after IQ, of course. They're talking two second-round picks for Cam Reddish. I don't think Cam Reddish is getting. I think Cam Reddish is actually getting moved. But Evan Fournier, bro, looks like a shell of himself. He looks very slow-footed. For 30 years old, he looks like he's 36 years old. Maybe it's all the summer basketball playing for the French national team. I don't know, bro. But Evan Fournier doesn't even look serviceable at this point. D Rose is a shell of himself. They literally have like 50. What is it? We counted last time. 37 million sitting on the bench, non-movable. $37 million of players that can help you. They can't move. You got Randle is exhausted. Brunson by the end of the game is exhausted. RJ's hurt right now. You don't have a lot of help for these guys. So you're going to have to find some kind of help, especially if you want to make a playoff push. I'm rooting for losses. I don't care. Y'all could be mad at me. I want to get in the draft. We got 3 first-round picks. I'm rooting for losses. I want to get rid of Tom Thibodeau. I want to get rid of Leon Rose. I'm rooting for losses, right? But if they do make the playoffs, I'm going to support them because once you locked in the tournament, to me, I'm supporting the team and I'm cheering for wins. But this regular season,
I saw that little video you sent me, Jay.
Yeah. I support when you locked in the tournament. I'm supporting this team. Heads on. There's nothing else I can do.
If I ever show you that video, you will laugh your ass off, bro. Ari, have you seen this video?
Nah, he ain't seen the one when I was like really getting crazy.
Oh my god, bro!
I get crazy.
I swear to God, it's Jay from Florida like jumping on a table.
Yeah.
Like at game two, he's watching the game 2 against the Hawks, and he's like jumping on his sofa table, watching the TV.
He's like 6'6", 240 or something. That's gotta be
yeah. I almost broke the damn table. My wife be scared because I'll be wild now. But if they make the playoffs, I want to see them do good in the tournament. Now, the overall cap of the team right now in the regular season, I want else. I want to get rid of this regime. I want to get them out, right? They're not going to make any trades to improve the team. If they do, they're going to set us back by trading our picks, trading our flexibility. Don't give me Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is not a smart player, one, and has a terrible contract, two. Don't want nothing to do with Zach LaVine. If you're not going to give me a positive player that can grow with the timeline of the team, a big wing, a shot creator, a good defender, a good rebounder, I'm cool, man.
Zach LaVine would be a disaster, bro. Unless you get him for like literally nothing, which you wouldn't. But like,
I don't see Leon Rose. Leon Rose is a saver, man. What is Ashkenazi Jew? He's an Ashkenazi Jew. What is it called, guys?
Ashkenazi
Jew. Yeah, he's not gonna spend it. He's gonna keep it in his pockets. He's not gonna spend it.
Yo, Papa just bought a Tesla. He's spending it.
Yeah, Papa. Man,
I'm an anomaly. I'm not Ashkenazi.
That's
I'm
the
an
eBay
anomaly
Tesla.
Jew.
That's the eBay Tesla.
Jew. Yeah,
that Tesla was free.
Yo, so my take is, as long as the Knicks don't trade the picks. As long as they don't trade the picks.
Yeah, don't do that.
I don't care what the hell they do. They don't trade the picks, man. As long as you don't trade the picks and you don't take back any like really bad contracts, which I don't see how they will. You know, that's that. I also think that if Fournier is expiring at the end of this year,
no, it's not this year. It's the year after.
If he's an expiring contract next year,
Such a bad deal.
Let him sit on the bench. Like don't attach assets to get rid of him. Just let him sit on the bench and waste away, if anything. And then Cam, you're getting 2 second-round picks at best. They did terrible asset management on Cam, just like they did on Obi. But don't trade the picks. I'm okay with whatever. What do you think, Papa?
I think I think the Knicks tried to do this last year, and I think they're in over their fucking heads.
Again,
they're trying to combine all these players and send them to like one sucker team, and like we'll give you iHeart, but you gotta take Fournier. We'll give you Cam, but you gotta take Fournier. Like we'll give you IQ, but you gotta take Fournier and you gotta take Cam. You gotta give us a first round pick. Like it's just
bro. They have no friends in the NBA. They're agents, bro. The only people that got relationships in the whole front office is Scott Perry. They're hated. They can't make
whatever. Look, whatever move they make, I hope they just look. If we're just rooting for the Knicks here, like the Knicks' success to win games and shit, I hope whatever they do, they just make Tibbs' life easy, bro. Just make Tibbs' life easy. Make his life easy. Just fucking trade all these players that he's not gonna play. Derrick Rose, Isaiah, Evan, Cam. Just get all those guys out of there. And, you know, I'm kind of interested, you know, I wonder what kind of value guys like Miles McBride and Jericho Sims might have if they were looking to make like an upgrade and somebody said, well, we want Miles McBride or, well, we want Jericho Sims. I wonder if those players would be on the block, but probably not. I don't think the Knicks are going to do anything, bro. I really don't.
They don't have nothing. They don't got nothing attractive, bro.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna.
They don't have nothing attractive.
I think Miles McBride could be a throw-in though, for sure. Like I think somebody would identify him and say, you know, I want that. You know, I feel like McBride has proven he can shoot. I feel like he's proven that he can play defense, especially on the guard position. He's a pesky defender. He's a good basketball player, man. Nothing special, but he's not as limited as people claim he is. I just don't feel like he's given any type, nor should he really get the opportunity. But I also feel like the Knicks are just lazy, bro. Like if this was my fantasy team, bro, if I had a fantasy team, there's no fucking way that I would be building a team with RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Jalen Brunson and Quentin Grimes and Mitchell Robinson, bro. There's no way I would do this,
listen.
Bro. I would consolidate so long ago, but they have let this team have 11 quality players on it for a coach that only likes to play 8 guys. They fucked this shit up so badly, bro. You can't say it because they're 22-19 because you're a miserable person, but they really I live in a world of pushing for more. That's where I live. I live in a world where you do something, you accomplish something, and then you push for more. And I'm sure everyone lives in that world. The Knicks live in this world of contentment.
Most people don't live in that world. Most people live very comfortable lives, dude. They stay within their comfort zone. They get, you know, they do whatever they work within their means. They don't push the boundaries. You know, we're when it comes to the Knicks, we're trying to push the boundaries, and the front office wants their fan base, aka the customer, comfortable.
By the way, play the kids. Play the kids used to be a push the boundaries idea. By the way, it wasn't like we got pushed back against that by Knicks Twitter over a 50% clip. I want people to remember that. Like that was a oh, y'all want to play these kids. Y'all want to play these kids.
Listen, man, the Knicks' biggest mistake is the transaction they didn't make, right? Every draft they identified guys that they didn't move up. They weren't aggressive at drafting. Tyrese Maxey, Bones Highland, Bain, all these guys that were talked about in various articles, the Knicks kind of just settled in the draft. If the guy wasn't there at the draft pick, we'll just pick another guy. Fuck it. Who cares? Right? Donovan Mitchell thing. Situation right in your lap, you don't take the swing. You don't pursue it. So they've swung and missed, whether it be the draft or trades, probably more than we even know. I'm sure there's undisclosed trades, there's rumored trades, there's discussions that happened that they struck out on that we know nothing about. So this front office, bro, is just way too conservative to ever be successful, in my opinion.
I think
they're lucky.
Nissim Black. By the way, Nissim Black's from Seattle. He's not from Florida. Oh, Nissim Black from Florida. That is fucking hilarious. Hey, yo,
Yeah.
that's a joke that nobody's getting, but that's fucking hilarious. Yo, the chat is hilarious, bro.
Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yo, the Knicks, man, I don't think they're just overly conservative, bro. I don't think they're winning front office. I don't think they know how to take risks. I don't know. They don't know how to make tough decisions like my man Lefty says all the time. So you're in a situation where you're competing against GMs that take risks, that identify guys that they want in the draft. It's been 4 drafts. They've identified tons of players and didn't actually get them. So eventually they're going to have to make a swing. Hopefully it's the right swing.
I think they're going to make a win now move. I don't know if it's going to be like a big deal, but I think they're going to Jordan Clarkson. I could see them trading a pick. I could see them doing something where they bring in someone to help now because they feel like, they had the Bucks last night, right? Like if you need give Brunson a little bit of help, some guy who can get his own shot, like a Jordan Clarkson.
Let me ask you a question, Ari.
Yeah.
A lot of the shots and possessions there's only one ball, right? A lot of the shots and possessions are spoken for on this team. You got like 70 shots that are spoken for between 3 guys. If you trade for a Clarkson, if you trade for a Malik Beasley, the guys that they're mentioning, where do you find those 15 shots, those 12 shots that Clarkson needs? Because he ain't gonna stand idly by like Obi. He's a veteran. This guy's a veteran. He's gonna want his 15 shots. He wants his next contract. He wants to look good. Where do you find more shots in the Tips offense?
Well, I would take them from Randle. And I take them for a little bit from Randle and RJ. That's what I would do. But yeah, there's only one ball. You can't have all these ball dominant guys here. But the problem is, our ball dominant guys, besides Brunson, are like they don't come up in the clutch. They can't shake their guy. They can't one-on-one their guy in the clutch. Randle can't do it. RJ hasn't been able to prove to do it. Maybe RJ could do that, but he hasn't yet. So they need
Ari, let's wrap. We're pushing an hour right now. We're a 54-minute show.
All right. Well, salute to everyone in the chat. Shout out to Jason Aravalo, DJ Easy, Stephen Fox. Shout out to you, Pastor Claudio. Jay Cal again. Shout out to you, brother. New York Knicks 7. Junior Karoma, another Knicks fan. TV Go. Tuco, Knicks fan Coop. Son from Brooklyn, another KFT guy. Killer Kamikaze. If you haven't hit that like button, subscribe and share. Listen, man, we want to get to 500 subs, and we've been stuck at this like 457. We got one today, but like we want to start on bringing on guests, right? We want to bring on JD. We want to bring on other personalities on here, and we're gonna execute phase 2 of the Toxic Boys brand. But we need to get to 500 first. So just at least subscribe, like it, share, whatever you want to do. Do whatever you can. We want to get people on. All right, let's wrap this up. So we'll start with Jay. Jay, final thoughts, future expectations. What are you feeling? What do you think?
I just want Knicks fans to just be humble, man. Every game, every night in the NBA, you can be beat by any opponent, right? Guys get hot, coaches coach. Be humble, man. Don't take wins so personally that you want to go ahead and insult people in podcasts, spaces and insult people. Everybody got to keep it basketball, and we have to be humble and be thankful for these wins when we get them. Next 5 games, you got Indiana, Washington, Detroit, Toronto, Washington again. So fairly winnable games. Then my gauntlet starts on January 20th. This is when the real schedule starts. So, in the next 5 games, they probably win 3 games, 4 games. Who knows, man? They're probably successful. I want to get into this All-Star break. I don't want them to do anything crazy. Don't make trades that you don't have to make. Like Ari said, don't trade picks that you don't have to trade. If there's nothing good out there to be had, let's go down the stretch with what we have and tackle it again in the summertime. Knicks fans, remain humble. We'll see what happens on 120 when the real season starts, when the real gauntlet starts. Until then, lock in.
That was fire. Papa, final thoughts, future expectations.
I expect the Knicks to go on a 4-1 stretch here in the next 5 games. I think they're locked in. I think it's interesting to see what happens when RJ comes back and how the rotation looks with that. Obviously, Obi coming back, but I think the Knicks should win 4 out of the next 5 games.
Did he hurt his left hand or his right hand? Y'all know?
I have no clue.
He's gonna shoot like shit.
I was playing with a guy who was left-handed today. He was nice as fuck. As fuck.
Hopefully RJ can still shoot, man.
Yeah, man. I think the Knicks are gonna. I think the Knicks have a chance of finishing the season 10 games over 500, bro. But they gotta.
It's 50. That's a 50 burger. No.
No, that's 40, 82.
46 and 36. 46 and 35.
Yeah, I think they have a shot at that, man. I think they have a shot. I think they have a shot at that. I don't know where that puts them in the standings, but they gotta figure out they gotta figure out how to win these games close at the end of the game. I think once they do that, I think they'll start to coast a little bit.
Yo, KD got an MCL sprain.
He's out for a month. That shakes it up.
They're shanks, bro.
Yeah, man, bro. We'll this little Knicks Twitter at odds thing is just beginning, bro. The victory laps, that shit is just beginning, bro. But like for me and for Ari and for Jay from Florida, nothing will change in our minds because Tibbs is the coach, Leon Rose is the front office man, and the talent here is not good enough to win a championship, and that's all we care about. And I'm sorry that that's a bad thing to some people, but for me, it's
you got to take your steps. You got to
I'm cool with taking steps. Like Memphis can take a step and lose to the NBA champions, right? I'm cool with them taking a step. But we're nowhere near that level, bro. So like I'm just happy that I get to do this podcast with you guys every Tuesday night. I'm just happy that I'm alive. I'm happy that I turned 32. And yeah, man, I enjoyed the chat. The chat is hilarious. And we enjoy our subscribers. And look, last night was an enjoyable game. So if the Knicks can show me just a little bit more, there's a little bit more Quinn Grimes, a little bit more Obi Toppin, a little bit more Emmanuel Quickley, or Julius can play like a leader, Jalen Brunson can have his signature moment, RJ Barrett can, do some nice things. It could be fun, bro. I'm not saying the season can't be fun, but they haven't shown me something yet with a win that proves that yet. But they're almost there. They're knocking on the door, bro. They're almost there. But I'm applying pressure as I should as a consumer. I'm applying pressure of things that I feel like are not going right until they get there. So that's it.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. And salute to you. My final thoughts are pretty similar, obviously. I mean, as long as they don't trade the picks, whether they make the playoffs, I'll be happy because they're in the lottery. If they miss it, they'll be in the lottery. So I'll be happy. If they make it, I'll root for them. Once you're like Jay says, once you're in the playoffs, you got to root for your squad for real. We'll see how they do. It'll be at least a good measuring stick to see how good they actually are. So as long as they don't trade the picks, I'm okay with whatever happens. But yeah, I just think that you have to have a long-term vision when it comes to this stuff. And whatever happens. So what I feel and what the front office feels are two different things. I feel like sometimes the fan base, when they're quote unquote happy for crumbs, they kind of enable the front office to get away with, like to Papa's point, just we're gonna we'll probably make the playoffs. We'll lose in the first round, and we'll run it back, and everyone will get a little better, and we'll lose in the first round in 6 games instead of 4, and then whatever. But it's never gonna be more than. It's never gonna be KD. It's not gonna be Giannis.
To be honest, Ari, I will push back here. It socially, it's not the right time to say this to people, but you can still feel it. But socially, it's just not the right time.
Yeah, I don't.
I say for me, like, here's where I bridge the gap, and like we're family and we enjoy, right? I'm gonna let this team define who they want to be, bro. I'm gonna let them define who they want to be. Okay? If they do things that, like I said, my standard is 3 home games in the playoffs. Like, that's not that crazy of a standard. That's actually like a very, for a win now, Tibbs head coach, signing guys like Jalen Brunson to 4-year deal. Like, you want to talk about, you got 2 All-Stars, go win me 3 games at home in the playoffs, bro. So we'll see, bro. I'm not mad at it right now. I have concerns. Shout out to Jay Nicky, man. Jay Nicky loves
Jay Nicky, king of the Harnstein Hive, right?
I Heart Hive.
Best Knicks signing of the summer.
He's known him for years, Jay.
Yeah, he's known him. He watched him for several years playing basketball.
When Jay flashes the Knicks sign, it's time to wrap. So thank you guys all for joining us for episode 12 of the Toxic Boys podcast. Like, subscribe, and share. Get us to 500. We'll bring on a guest of your choice, and we'll get it popping. Until next time, salute to everybody. We out. Deuces.
See y'all. Peace.